Do you know much about selection prior to going?
Nothing. Nothing. Yeah. The only the only thing that I know is the piece that I share in that book, which and this is an old friend of mine who I talk to all the time, and he's the guy, um and he's like, I never told you this, but I remember he told me, again, when you're getting to the end of selection, you cross a bridge and you have an opportunity to go the road or fight the mountain laurel, and at all costs, don't fight the mountain laurel. Um, and lo and behold, I get to the end of selection, and I cross a bridge, and I'm looking at the map, and I have a chance to take the road or follow the mountain laurel, and I take the road, and I'm thinking I'm done, you know, and I run all the way to the next checkpoint, and it wasn't the end. There was more to go. Um, so it was towards the end, but it wasn't the end. So the again, hopefully my buddy's not pissed that I'm sharing this on a podcast. Um, if you're in selection and you get this far, bro, like, good on you. Um, the point I wanted to make was the one piece of info that I had actually backfired.
Oh,
I mean, and you meet these guys in it was in special forces selection and in unit selection that have, like, the whole thing G2'd. Like, they know, hey, this is the map sheet, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing today. You know what I mean? And I enjoyed being ignorantly blissful, and that's what I recommend to anybody who's considering these selections. Dude, just take it one day at a time. They'll tell you what you need to do. They'll tell you where you need to be. They'll tell you how heavy your ruck needs to be, what the packing list is, what, you know what I mean? Like, don't I saw so many people get screwed over because they thought such and such was going to happen and it didn't. So they're shifting, you know what I mean? And it was that was the single piece of information I had, and it almost broke me. So that's my recommendation for anybody. Do not try to figure out what selection is for any of it. Just do what they tell you to do, you know, and they give you plenty of time to adapt. Um, yeah, and I think the interesting thing, and to me the biggest difference with the unit is it's very ambiguous. You know what I mean? Most of the other selections are telling you very, very prescriptively, this is what we need from you, this is what we want. It's much more ambiguous, and I find that fascinating because they're having an opportunity to see you make decisions. They're seeing you kind of weigh out the pros and the cons, and that's the first look. That's the first thing that they're looking for and assessing you on as an individual. How does this guy individually deal with adversity? How does this guy individually deal with ambiguity and difficulty and all these types of things, and problem solving? And once you pass that gate, now when you're in the operator training course, they're seeing, how does this guy fit into a team? How does this guy understand how these are the plays we run, and this is how we run the plays, and you need to run them the way we run them. The time to be creative and create your own plays, that's a long ways down the road from here.
mm.
So it's a fascinating multifaceted look that I think they get through that program than anywhere else that I've seen.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the interview. As you could probably tell, this is a brand new channel. So if you got anything out of this at all, please like the video, leave me a comment, tell me what you thought, tell me who you'd like to see on the show. I see every like, I read every comment, and I appreciate all of it, especially in the beginning, because as you know, that kind of support goes a long way on these platforms. So most importantly, I have some awesome guests coming up in the future for interviews. So please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of them. But again, thank you for your time. Appreciate the support and hope to see you again soon.